What's cracking? What's cracking? What's cracking? Jay Burke here, owner and CEO of Savage Ambition Clothing. We're down here in Vancouver, Washington with Loyal to the Press for the first episode of Savage in the City. We're going to show you around, talk a little bit, show them what they do, how they do it, and why they do it, and let's rock. What's cracking, y'all? So we're in here with Loyal to the Press. If you haven't heard already, I'm Jay Burke, owner and CEO of Savage Ambition Clothing. All right, and we're here with
Skyler
and
Heather.
All right, and Loyal to the Press, guys. You know, I'm excited to be down here and talk to these guys, and kind of chit chat a little bit about what you guys do and how this all came about. So tell us a little bit about what you do and Loyal to the Press in general.
We're loyal to the press, and we help dreams come true.
Absolutely, and you made mine come true. I'm telling you. So, give us a little bit of background about like how this all started.
Yeah. So this all really started 2 years ago. This was a garage gym, believe it or not.
That's still crazy to me.
And one thing, it is crazy, and it's been crazy to watch it, change over the years. Originally it was a garage, and there was shelves, and we tore down those shelves. Actually, it started with just a dream that I had. Literally a dream. Just one night I woke up and started tearing shelves down.
You woke me up and told me
Yeah, I was like,
that
hey,
you told me what your dream was.
I'm gonna make a garage gym. Yeah. And the next day I was tearing shelves down and painted in here, and
Did you think he was crazy when that happened?
I actually did. I was like, no, you're not going to do that.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, I have never been a person who's wanted a garage gym. I've always been an advocate for not having a garage gym. Next thing you know,
That's why I thought you weren't going to do it.
Yeah.
Because you always said never going to have a garage gym or a gym in the house.
Yeah. Wow. It's just funny looking back. The garage gym led to a podcast, and the podcast led to creating merch. When it came time for us to create our merch, Heather had the idea of learning how to screen print and creating our merch for us, which was an amazing idea because that's really what turned what we are today into what we are today.
Okay. So I kind of want to highlight this for you guys that are watching and listening. They had an idea based off of like you were using somebody else to produce your merchandise, right?
No, we hadn't even started our merch yet.
Oh, okay.
So from the jump, we started printing our own merch.
Okay. Yeah. So when you're dealing with like people who produce your merchandise, right? There's a certain amount of quality you want versus a certain amount of quality they can provide. Mm-hmm. So you guys had an idea to do it yourselves, and that's admirable because a lot of people aren't willing to put that what we call boots to ground aspect of it. Like, okay. Mm-hmm. I want to do this. I want to, go through the steps it takes to, make this dream a reality. And I'm still looking around here now. I'm just like, yo, this used to be a garage gym.
Yeah.
Like, how in the world did it transform from that to this? So, why this? Why Loyal to the Press? Why screen printing?
I guess why this is because we have the ability to help other people's dreams come true. Dreams take so many steps to get there, and not everybody has the ability to take those steps, at least certain aspects of those steps, right? Yeah. Because, say, starting a clothing brand, in order to get to your finished product, you have to first have the idea. You have to figure out the design. Then you have to have that design made, and then you have to have it printed, and then you'll have your final product, and then you have to deal with sales and marketing and all that stuff. That's a lot of steps, especially for one individual,
Absolutely.
And when you start out, normally you just are an individual, and that's a lot of tasks to tackle just by yourself, or your business partner or whatnot. Thanks. So we have, luckily we have the talent to be able to draw and create these designs for the person. And now because Heather's learned how to screen print and created this business, we have the ability to not only make that design, but also print that design and bring it to life. So then you, as someone who has this dream and wants to bring this dream to life, you don't have to worry about creating the design and getting it printed anymore. Now you just have to worry about what you're good at, and that's thinking the idea up and then the marketing and selling and doing what you do as the brand owner.
Absolutely, absolutely. And that's one things I always like a credit to you guys is the amount of work and effort and passion that you put into every single thing that you provide. And it's a blessing to me as a clothing brand owner to have people like you that I work with who actually care. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
care about every single thing that you do and like literally put the time in, the effort in, because a lot of people don't.
Right.
It's sad to say, but a lot of people out there just don't care about customer service, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
But you guys put your heart and energy into everything that you guys do, and me as an owner, like I appreciate that because it makes my job so much easier. I'm sure it makes the other people that you work with, job so much easier because I don't have to worry about what my product is going to look like, if it looks like what it's supposed to look like,
Mm-hmm.
with the mock-ups and I appreciate you guys for that wholeheartedly, like
Absolutely.
for real. Like keep doing what you guys are doing. You guys are killing it. Um, Tell me about like when did you realize that this was something you wanted to do? Like when did the vision, come about? Like from the time you like picked up a pen or whatever you do, you know what I'm saying? From drawing, like when did you realize, dang, this might be something that I want to get into? Like I have a passion about this.
So a while back, probably 6 or 7 years ago now, we had started a little hip hop brand, and that was just us creating some art and getting it printed. So we were in a print shop at that time. We had somebody print our stuff, and I remember we got those clothes back, those products back, and they weren't very good. The print quality wasn't very good, and we weren't really happy with them. But at that time, we didn't necessarily know what good quality print looked like.
Yeah.
But regardless, we ended up selling those shirts. And when we saw people wearing those shirts, seeing something that we created just on other people's backs and other people buying them and supporting us and wearing these things, uh, I can't even put into words how proud that made us. That feeling of just seeing other people wearing something that we created is just an unreal feeling. And I think that's really where it all stemmed from, us realizing that we wanted to do something that not only gave us that feeling, but even giving that feeling to other people.
Absolutely.
Like someone yourself who's creating a brand, you are going to have that feeling, and we're a part of that process now.
Absolutely.
We helped you get to that feeling, and that's we're just giving back to the communities that feeling that we've had, and we knew how much we like it, and we know that everybody that we help is going to like it as well.
Yeah. It's unreal, to be able to see other people, wearing something that you produced.
Yeah.
And not only that, like psychologically, it's like they supported me.
Right.
Who am I?
Right.
You know what I mean? Who am I? But people reached out and decided to support what I do,
Mhm.
and that's when vision becomes reality.
Right.
As long as you put in the work, you know what I'm saying, day by day, like they see you grinding, they see you working hard, and you're literally, like you said, making people's dreams come true.
Yeah. And we're just a couple from Vancouver, Washington, and we have clients all the way across the seas that are ordering, and we're shipping to them, and it's insane, that people want to reach out and support us just because we have, a talent and ability to do something to help them. It's crazy.
And I want to pause you there because in reality, it's not just the talent and ability. It's like I said, the effort that you put into it. Like, can you imagine how many people on this planet and even in America that have the ability and the talent to do what you do,
Right.
but they're just not doing it at your level?
Right.
They're not. And it's for those of you that are out there that have these talents and abilities, like whatever your niche is, uh, do it at the highest level possible for you. And that's how you change your life. You know what I'm saying? Like there are other screen printers, like I know for a fact, there are other screen printers like in this state. Sure. Are they doing it at the highest level possible? Are they doing it at your level? Absolutely not.
Yeah. I think what it really comes down to on that aspect is the enjoyment. We do this and we take so much pride in what we do because we enjoy it, and we know what it's like to be on the other side of things, being a customer and a client. And for a lot of, especially bigger businesses, it's about money. It's about the cash flow, which is, understandable and fine, but that's not what we want. That's not where we're at. We enjoy what we do. And when you take pride in what you do, that makes all the difference in the world.
Yeah, facts. Tell us a little bit about like some steps that you had to take, like to learn how. Like, I'm sure you guys didn't just born knowing how to screen print, and you talked about the podcast. Like, there's no way in the world that you just automatically know how to do all this stuff. What are some steps that you had to take to figure all this out? Like how to do it, how to do it right, and how to do it at your level.
Mm-hmm. So I do all the business side of things, the computer work and all the boring stuff. Heather does all the cool screen printing stuff. And well, Heather's done so much research, in order to figure out the art form that we have behind us, because screen printing is an art form. She's done hours upon hours, just countless nights of
A lot of YouTube.
yeah, YouTube and research and trial and error. You cannot learn something, you cannot learn how to do something without trying and failing and figuring out what not to do, and it's just been a lot of that. And we would not be where we are today without any of those steps, without the research, without putting in the work and the trial and error.
Yeah. I know for a fact YouTube be cracking.
Yeah.
Like I learned so much stuff off YouTube. Like just it's crazy. Like the digital age that we're in, there's so much opportunity to learn without having to, what I'm saying, no knock on college, no knock on school because those things are important. However, the information is out there in a broader aspect nowadays. Like you can literally type in on the internet, okay, I want to learn how to do this. How do you do this? Boom. There's either somebody telling you how to do it step by step or somebody that gives you a reference to figure out where to get that information. Mm-hmm. And I think that's really important for this generation and the generation to follow, that we highlight and make that apparent in their lives. Like, okay, you can do whatever you want to do. Just go get it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I think the most amazing thing about YouTube is it's a community space. So really anybody can get on there and upload stuff, which could be bad. But on the good side of things, Heather does our YouTube channel, and we're able to show the process, show what we've struggled with and show our failures as well as the successes. So because when you say you're trying something new, right, and you look up a YouTube video and they show you exactly how to do it. Well, sometimes there's going to be things that come up that they don't explain that you're like, what is happening right now? And we found that happens a lot, And so Heather goes on there on YouTube and shows those things, those hiccups that we have, and those questions that may go unanswered in the instructions or those videos that show you how to properly do it, because not everybody is going to experience those problems and those hiccups, but some people are, and you need to figure out how to solve them. So I think that's really the great thing about YouTube and this generation, where we have the ability to upload videos like that and give our perspective onto those things.
Right. So I want to go back a little bit because you said something that I think is very important about trial and error, right? Because a lot of the times the reason why we don't take those risks to get to where we want to be in life is because we're afraid to fail. We're afraid to fall on our faces, if you will. Mm-hmm. Like, okay, people have been telling me for years, like, oh, I don't think you can do that. I don't think you can make this happen. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't do it. And since we get a fear of, okay, what if I fail? What happens if this doesn't work out? Tell us a little bit about, where your mindset is as far as how important trial and error is.
I think it might be something that comes with age. I'm not really sure. But throughout the years, I've learned how good it is to fail. I feel like we're always taught that failing is bad, or at least somewhere along the line we pick up that failure is bad and we don't want to fail, right? But like, how do you learn what to do unless you learn what not to do, you know?
Absolutely.
You have to figure out what doesn't work, and the only way to do that is by failing, you know, by trying and failing. And honestly, I'm at the point in my life where like I look forward to failing because I'm gonna learn more from failing than I'm gonna from not failing. You know,
Right.
if I do something perfect from the jump, that doesn't teach me anything.
Absolutely. Yeah. And so to put this in perspective for you guys, we're not telling you to go out there and fail on purpose. You know, that's not and that's in any aspect of life, whether it be relationships, whether it be entrepreneurship, whether it be uh, fitness. We're not telling you to fail on purpose. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be school, we're not telling you to fail on purpose. Definitely not in school. Don't fail on purpose. But what we're telling you to do is to try on purpose. And if failure happens, because you can expect failure at some point in time, right? You're gonna experience failure. You can't avoid it. But look forward to what you learn from that experience. Because like I said all the time, the most expensive thing we have is time. Why? Because time is the only thing in this world that you can't earn back. It's the only thing in this. So take that time for what it is and take that experience for what it is. So go out there and try on purpose. Expect to fail, but learn from it.
Yeah.
And it's important that we learn from it.
Absolutely. I mean, the best thing you can do is just to, whatever it is that you're doing, is to give it your all, you know, dive in head first, fail, you know, and learn from it and try again.
Absolutely. Absolutely. What are some of those failures that or those challenges that you've experienced, like with doing what you do?
So with screen printing, we'll go all the way to the design aspect of things where challenges come in. With designing, separating colors, say it's a multiple color design, that can be very frustrating because some designs get really intricate with their colors, you know, small bits of colors in certain places.
Yeah.
And so we've had to separate designs that are nearly impossible to separate the colors. So that's kind of a challenge on that side of things. But if you fast forward, say we get that design finally figured out in the color separation, then when it comes to the screen printing side of things, we have to then align all those pieces. So each color is burned into its own separate screen, and all those screens have to be perfectly aligned in order to be printed on your shirt without having any, you know, white spots or any spaces showing. You know, it has to look exactly how the design is supposed to look. So basically, we're taking a design and completely separating it into multiple layers and then smushing it back together, all while trying to maintain its integrity. You know, not getting it mixed up, and we do that by, you know, Heather lining them up annually, which is insane. You know, luckily she's amazing at what she does. But there's challenges with everything we do. You know, every order places its own challenges, not just because of those things that I mentioned, but because of so many different variables. You know, whether it's the type of material that we're printing on, or the expected time frame. You know, we get clients who want things by a certain amount of time. It's like, whoa, you know. So every job proposes its own challenges. But I think the important thing is to just take those challenges head on, you know, because we never know what we can't do without trying, you know. And we have to learn somehow.
Yeah, and again, it goes back to try on purpose.
Right.
Try on purpose. And again, we're talking about screen printing and designing and the clothing brand, but think about this. It could literally fit into every aspect of your life.
Right.
You know, they're going to be challenged, and anything you do, there are going to be challenges.
Right.
Anything you do, there's going to be challenges. Learning how to walk as a child, there's challenges with that.
You used to suck at that, right?
Yeah, man, I'm telling you, like, I got kids, and the clumsy, some of them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When they're learning how to walk, you know what I'm saying? But there are challenges, and if you think about it from that aspect, you think, okay, if I don't walk into these challenges and figure out how to overcome them, what am I preventing myself from doing?
Mm-hmm.
What are the possibilities that I'm now like not giving myself because I didn't want to walk into that challenge, or I didn't want to figure out how to overcome that challenge?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, it's important that when we see challenges, we not get into a state of fear or get the spirit of fear, but we again try on purpose.
Yeah, I think the funny thing about like failing too is what's the worst that's going to come of it? You're going to fail. You're not going to die. I mean, most of the time you're not going to die, right? Right. But like, what's the worst that can happen? Like you get scuffed up or you get laughed at. Big whoop.
Yeah. So what? Life goes on,
Exactly.
and again, that time that you can't get back. Would you rather have avoided doing that and then not got the experience from it?
Mm-hmm.
Because later on in life, you might have needed that experience to do something else.
Right.
And to resiliency is something that's not taught, but it's something that's learned.
Mm-hmm.
You have to learn it for yourself and figure out how can I get through things.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
It's very important.
Right.
Tell me a little bit about like some goals that you have for the year. Like what are some company goals, like 2 or 3 company goals that you have for this year?
A big company goal would really be continuing to be who we are today. A lot of companies, as they grow and as they go on with time, change. We've all seen companies change. And while that's great for them, we really pride ourselves on 3 main things. That's quality, enjoyment, and respect. Thank you. So to define those a little bit, we want to be sure that we keep the same quality that we're providing right now. We really pride ourselves on the quality that we're able to bring to the table for every client. That's something that we want to maintain throughout our entire career. The second one is respect. So we want to respect all of our clients. We want to be honest with them. A lot of companies are shady, and we don't want to be that shady company. We want to be real with our clients and tell them, hey, this time frame is unreasonable. Hey, this print is going to be different than how you expect it. So being upfront and real. And that third thing is enjoyment. Being able to enjoy what you do is so key to everything in life. If you're not enjoying what you're doing, then why the heck are you doing it?
Yeah, it doesn't have value if you're just
Exactly.
dragging along.
So while our tangible goals might be minimal, those 3 things are something that we really have high value for, and we want to ensure that we keep till the very end. One big thing we do want to improve on is our YouTube channel. Currently, Heather puts out about a video a month, and we would like to increase that, to help out our audience and to help out anybody who wants to learn how to screen print.
Okay. Yeah. Those are good goals. What are some things that you're doing to prepare yourself or put your position to reach those goals?
As far as those 3 traits that we have, the quality, enjoyment, and respect, in order to ensure that we have that till the very end, we have to ensure that we're keeping those in mind with every job that we do. So no matter what the job is, small or big, we have to always keep those traits, those values in mind. And that being, quality control, looking over every single piece that we print and making sure it's at the utmost quality. Respect with our clients, ensuring that we're honest with them and upfront and responding to them in a timely manner. And then enjoyment, sometimes it gets hard to enjoy the orders that we print. Sometimes they get very stressful, but we have to remind ourselves that, hey, we're doing this because we love it. We're doing this because we choose to do this, and that is an amazing ability that we have and that we've given to ourselves by creating this business. And we're lucky to have it. So let's enjoy it, every aspect of it, even the shitty stuff, even the stuff that sucks in the whole screen printing process and the whole owning your own business process. You got to enjoy it.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
But also we have to limit our customers.
We do, yeah. In order to be able to bring that quality and those 3 values, we have to limit our customers because we're just 2 people.
Let's talk about that. How hard is that? Like to be like, okay, we gotta, because it's a good thing, right? You're getting more exposure. People are wanting to work with you guys, but being realistic with yourselves, how hard is it, to be like, all right, look, we got to put a cap on this thing because if we don't, we won't be able to give that quality and time and attention to every single order. And while I think that's smart, I feel like that's mentally like a rough thing to do. Like, oh man, like we're going up. Okay, but here, let's stop because we have to understand that we provide a certain quality of service, and we have to keep that in mind. How hard is that for you, like mentally, to be like, dang, we got to slow down?
Yeah, it can
I
be.
don't think it's that hard. It's just like if you want to enjoy it and not be stressed out,
Yeah.
then you have to. Like you just I don't know. It's
I think it can be really difficult in the aspect of, she's the one that screen prints and I'm the one that does business. And recently we just finished a job of 300 tire covers and she had to print all of those herself,
Oh yeah, I was saying that.
yeah.
And
Wow.
that was a difficult job, because of the certain type of material, with a certain type of ink, there was a lot to the process. And so for her to do all of those, that's a daunting task, to do 300 of those by yourself. It was definitely not easy, and that can really, really eat at you, when you know that you're the only one doing it and whatnot. And so I think that's where a lot of difficulty comes. But when we really look at it, like we really don't want to have employees. We want to do this ourselves. We want to keep that hands-on experience, And I think there will be a point in time where she teaches me the screen printing process, and maybe we'll swap roles, to freshen it up for us. But yeah, we really don't have any aspirations to get bigger than we are because we love what we do, and why change what you're doing if you love what you do.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, all right. So, I want to say this. So, the definition of ambition, right? The definition of ambition is a strong desire to achieve a goal, right? A strong desire to achieve a goal. Hence the brand Savage Ambition, right? Savage desire, like going after it every single day, right? What would you tell somebody who has an ambition to do something like in any aspect of life, whether it be, being a better father, being a better mother, being a better spouse, losing some pounds, gaining some muscle, whatever it may be, entrepreneurship? What would you tell somebody who has an ambition to do something? If they were just like, I don't know what to do. Like, I'm here, I want to do this, but I don't know how. I don't know. Like, what would you tell somebody?
just to start.
Right. Not only to just start, but to dive right in, head first. Because if you don't fully commit right from the jump, in my personal experience, you won't ever commit. You will never fully commit unless you do it from the beginning, and you're going to feel stressed out. You're going to feel like you're drowning, because you're jumping into the deep end, without even knowing how to swim.
Yeah.
But I heard this quote, and I really love this quote. An entrepreneur jumps out the plane and figures out how to pull a parachute on the way down, and I really abide by that. I really think that's a good quote. Yeah, because that's honestly what you have to do in anything you do. When we decided we were going to screen print, we didn't know how to screen print. We had no experience, a year later we have a screen printing business and we have all this stuff, and it's just amazing what you can accomplish when you test yourself, when you jump in, and you have no idea what you can accomplish until you do. You won't believe in yourself until you do.
Yeah.
One other thing that I would add is to give it your all in everything you do. No matter if you're picking up poop, you're cleaning toilets, you're working for somebody else, whatever you're doing, do it to the absolute best capability that you can. Mm-hmm. Because everything you do in this life matters, no matter what it is. Yeah. It all translates over. And if you can acquire that good work ethic to where you take pride in what you're doing, no matter what it is you're doing, then
Ooh, that's good.
you're unstoppable.
That's good. I kind of want to go back to what you just said. Like, a piece of what you just said was whatever you're doing. Like, even if you're working for somebody else. You know what I'm saying? We got entrepreneurs, like we're entrepreneurs, but we still work for other people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And how much pride do you have? You know what I mean? Like, okay, if I touch this thing, I want it to be the best quality of work. You know what I'm saying? And so there are people out there are those of you who might want to go to do something else, but you're not giving it your all where you're at. you're not, and so you want to venture off and do something else or do something better, if you will. But what makes you think you're going to be successful at that if you're not doing your best at what you're doing right now?
Right.
Like, how realistic is that? Like, oh, I want to own a business. Oh, I want a better relationship with my wife, with my husband, or whatever you may have. You know what I'm saying? I want to lose 20 pounds. But you're not. What are you doing right now? What are you eating? You know what I'm saying? What are you doing with what you got?
Right.
How did you get to where you're at right now? So I think we have to be realistic with ourselves and think, okay, I got goals, I got dreams. Everybody does at some point, right? But I want to do this. You know what I'm saying? But in my space that I'm in right now, am I putting 100% effort in? Because if I'm not adding value to the company that I work for right now, how am I going to add value to what I want to do?
Right.
Like, what's my work ethic? You know what I'm saying? I think it's important, like you said, like, wherever you're at. Cleaning up poop. If you're cleaning up poop, you better be the best pooper scooper.
Exactly.
With the,
Right.
you do it to the best of your ability, because guess what? You're learning something in that process. You're learning diligence. You're learning commitment. You're learning hard work. You're learning, like, being patient. You know what I'm saying? Because you might not want to be scooping poop. But guess what? If you're doing it and you're diligent with it, guess what? That's showing that you have patience with your craft, with whatever else you're doing. You know what I'm saying? It's important that we understand that the value that you bring from that into your own life and into your own ambitions is key.
Yeah. To me, I think to be ambitious is to strive, to always strive to be better. And, when I think about it, ambition doesn't turn its head, at a dirty sink. It's not going to look at these dishes and say, okay, that's enough. And to be ambitious is to do it with the absolute best ability that you can, no matter what it is, whether it's cleaning dishes or picking up poop, or whatever it is, you're going to be the best damn poop picker upper you ever could. Yeah, you pooper scoopers. Yeah, and that's really what ambition is, and that's the difference between someone who makes it or breaks it.
And I kind of want to backtrack on something that Heather said. Just start. Man, I'm telling, listen very closely. You do not have to have it all figured out.
Nope.
You're never going to have it all figured out, because as time develops, there's always new information. There's always something different that's going to pop up, new challenges, whatever may have you. So just start. Start somewhere. Wherever you're at, whatever position you're in, start. If you want to do something, just do it. You know what I'm saying? And, I think a lot of us, there's a time where, we, like I said, we get that fear. Dang, if I start, I might fail. Whatever. Just try it. And we go back to this same saying, try with purpose. Try on purpose. You know what I'm saying? Just start somewhere. And then, you'll see, okay, maybe this will work out, if I just keep at it. Maybe it might not work out. Who knows? But you won't figure it out unless you start.
Right.
And I think that's another major key that we have to keep in mind. Thank you guys, man. We appreciate y'all, for letting us come down here and sit down with you and chat with you guys. You absolutely are the epitome of what it means to have savage ambition. And like I said, we appreciate what you guys do and what you guys do for your community, what you guys do for your clients and your customers. And, tell the people where they can reach out to you guys at your social media.
Loyal to the Press.
Yeah.
LoyalToThePress.com.
Pretty much
Loyal
everywhere.
to the Press Instagram. Loyal to the Press on YouTube.
Wherever you are, we're loyal to the press.
Loyal to the press, loyal to the press, loyal to the press. Make sure y'all check them out, man. Subscribe to their YouTube, follow them on IG, Facebook. Hit up their website, loyaltothepress.com. And for real, if you're out there and you want to do something, you got an ambition, start somewhere. No matter where you're starting at, start somewhere. And really be a savage about it. Go at it day by day. You hunt, you eat. And if you're not hunting, guess what? You're going to starve. You're going to starve. You're going to starve out the ambition. So do whatever it is you got to do. Thanks for rocking with us. And yeah, we'll see you on the next episode.